Geez, already choked up on some hay dust, I reckon. Well, if you hadn't noticed already, I'm raking hay. So, I've been raking hay most all morning. Now it's about 1 o'clock, and all I lack is this field here, and then this field's about 10 acres, and I'll be done raking. Well, actually, I won't be done raking. Jeez, this pollen's killing me. I just had to open the door, let Dorsey out. He was riding with me. He fell asleep, so Mama come picked him up. Just had the door open. But with the door closed and the windows closed, this tractor is sealed very well. It's not any dust getting in this tractor. It's a whole lot better than the TN95 ever was. I don't care how well you close the doors and the windows on it, it's still got dust, a lot of dust in it. Especially running the rock rake when it was dusty, that thing would fill plumb full of dust. But this tractor, I run it a lot when it was run the rock rake a lot, and it was very dusty. And this tractor stayed really clean inside. I was very pleased with that. So cab pressurization, good job, Massey. Massey Ferguson or Agco called me this morning just to do a survey on my thoughts on the dealer, which I gave the dealer a good rating, and I gave the tractor a good rating also. The tractor, I mean, the tractor is great. There's not really anything about it that really stands out that bugs me. Probably one thing I've run into that's not a big deal because it doesn't happen very often, but occasionally, right here, my leg will push that button on the gear stick, and that's a clutch button, and it will cause the tractor to stop moving. But it hardly, I'm sure if you had a different shape, people are going to be different, but it hasn't happened very much to me. I heard one other guy complain about it. It happens all the time to him. It doesn't happen very often to me, but I have short legs. But I gave the tractor a really good rating overall because I think it's a good tractor for the money. I think it's a good value. And it's got about 75 hours on it now, and I hadn't had any issues other than the seat switch, which I'm also pleased with. That's very good. All the other tractors I bought new typically have all kinds of little gremlins for the first 100 hours, and this one has only had one gremlin, so nothing to complain about there. And anyway, I'm just, you know, so far so good. I will continue to keep a close eye on this thing and let y'all know how, you know, if I do have anything. But right now, we're going to rake some hay. And I tell you what, the hay is really turning off good for me compared to what it normally does. I don't normally have the greatest turn off on my land, but I have been working on it here lately. I've been doing soil samples and working towards getting my land. I've been putting down lime, and I've been working towards getting my land in better shape, because I believe, you know, the more hay I can produce off the amount of land that I have, you know, the more profitable I can be, or because, you know, instead of getting more land, which is hard to do to start with around here, because it's not a really big area here where we live on top of the mountain, and there's a lot of other farmers around here. So getting more land is kind of an issue. So hold on just a second, I'm going to flip you over. So my theory is to get the land that I have in as good a condition as I can get it and produce as much hay as possible off of it. Yes, it costs a lot of money. It's not the soil samples that cost money, it's the fertilizer and the lime and stuff. It costs you a lot of money. But I will tell you, it's definitely, what I'm putting on land is definitely making a difference. And I've been working on it the past 2 or 3 years. You know, there was a time when I first got started that I could go bale a 15-acre field and get 18 round bales, 18 4x5 round bales. Now the same land, I could get a whole lot more than that. You know, a 15-acre field, I get like 80 some round bales, close to, you know, 90 round bales. So fertilizer, lime, it will definitely pay for itself. From what I can tell, it will definitely pay for itself and then some. If you're selling hay, I don't know about if you're doing cattle and just cutting hay for cattle. I'm sure that's a whole different deal, but you know, I don't know how much money you can make on cattle because I've never dealt with cattle. But I do know that in the hay business, the fertilizer and the lime will more than pay for itself. So it hurts to put it out there to begin with, but you really reap the benefits of it later. Of course, that's all weather depending. I've had some really good weather here lately. Well, since Monday, and today's Wednesday. It's supposed to be clear through tomorrow, and Monday and Tuesday there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Today there's some big black clouds riding by, and it's kind of scary looking at times, but I just keep praying that it'll stay clear and just try not to pay it any attention and just keep on keeping on, because there's not anything I can do about it. I'm not in control of it. All I can do is talk to the man that is in control of it, and that's what I do. So yeah, I did do some baling yesterday. The hay was not ready yet. It was pushing 25 to 28% moisture, and I wanted to do some round baling. I got my applicator kit yesterday. I drove to Rocky Mount yesterday, which is an hour and 20 minutes away. After I got done tedding hay in the morning, I rode down to Rocky Mount and I picked up a hay preservative applicator kit for my round baler. I've already put one on the square baler, as y'all already seen, but I put one on the round baler. I put it on in about 2 hours, and I immediately went to work with it. I filled it up with Crop Saver hay preservative, which is New Holland's brand, and turn it around here. And did some calculations. That's the hard part about it, is the calculations. Well, it's not hard, it's just a little time consuming. You gotta count how many, or figure out how many bales you're making, or how long. When doing the round bales, you gotta figure out how many tons per hour you're making. So in order to do that, you gotta know how often you're making a round bale. Well, yesterday I was making one 4x4 round bale, which weighs about 900 pounds, because I weighed one with the scales on our loader, which I just set a round bale in the loader bucket. I know if y'all have seen me spreading lime and stuff, you've seen me weighing the lime or the gravel or whatever I'm doing with the loader. You see our loader has scales on it, our big cat loader, and I weighed a round bale with it yesterday, and it weighed 860 pounds, that particular one. So I figure the average weight of my round bales is going to be approximately 900 pounds. Yeah, I know that's not really the most accurate. You know, I should have weighed several, an average amount, but I'm going to go with 900 pounds. So you got to know approximate weight of your bales. So you can most of the time guess at them. A 4x5 round bale is typically between 800 and 1,000 pounds. So depends on the moisture in it. Depends on the density of it. But you got to know that, and then you got to know how often you're making one. And I was making one every 1 minute. So there is a formula in the book you use, and you can figure out how many tons you're making per hour approximately. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. The main thing is that you get enough product on there. So I kind of overestimate everything. That's why I went with the 900 pounds. And you know, my average was 1 minute. Sometimes it take a minute and 20 seconds. Sometimes it would take less than a minute to make a bale. So anyway, that's how you figure out how many tons per hour you're making. And then there's another formula to figure out how many pounds of product that you need to put on your hay at that tonnage rate. And the moisture rate, the moisture depends, or how many pounds of product you use depends on the moisture of the hay. So if you have moisture between 18 and 22%, you can put 4 pounds per ton of hay. If you have moisture that is 23 to 26%, I believe, then you put 8 pounds per ton of hay. And that was what I went with yesterday, was 8 pounds per ton of hay. Now that uses a lot of product. It uses it pretty fast. And it figured out to be about $5 per round bale. Now, if you're 26% and above, which I don't plan on baling that high moisture, because I think it's just pushing it doing that. Even though it says you can go up to 30%. But you have to put 16 pounds per ton of that material on there. Now this stuff costs $12.50 a gallon, and a gallon is 8.8 pounds. So if you're putting 16 pounds to the ton on, you're adding some money to your hay right there. That would be, every 2 bales would be $12. No, every 2 bales would be $24, almost $25. Because you would be putting basically 1 gallon per bale. And that's a whole lot of product. That would get expensive. So you'd be looking at $12 a bale to go that much. I don't plan on baling moisture that high. But anyway, I used it. I think it done a good job. It made some really pretty hay, pretty green hay. I think it's going to, the guy that's going to buy it, he's a believer in the preservative. He used it when he baled hay, so that's not an issue with the round bales. It's all going to cattle feed. Now this hay right here, I'm going to bale dry. Some of this hay is going to a horse guy, so I want to get it. I've got it dried down and it's basically ready to bale now. I've seen a green clump here or there, but by the time I get back with the baler, I believe it's going to be all right. So anyway, that's an update of what's all going on, and hope you enjoyed this video. Watching my hay rake go here. I love this hay rake. I'm not a big Kubota man, but this hay rake wasn't really built by Kubota, even though it says it is on the side. This is a Kverneland hay rake, or Vicon hay rake, and man, I love this thing. This right here saves me so much time. I can just rake and rake and rake, and get it done so fast compared to a single rake, and do a very good job. The way it makes the windrows, they dry good. They just stacks them up. It doesn't wind it up. It doesn't rope it like a roller bar. And I know everybody likes to use those sunflower rakes. I'm not a big fan of the sunflower rakes. I had one. It was not a very good one. It wasn't very expensive, but it raked up dirt, and it raked up rocks, it raked up sticks, it raked up everything, grass roots, and it just did not work good for my horse hay making operation. This rake right here is just way better. That other rake also, you'd be going along, and next thing you know, you had a huge, it would get wound up inside of itself, and you'd have a pile of hay behind you as big as a round bale before you even realized it. And then you'd be out there trying to shake it out by hand because you knew the baler wasn't going to be able to eat it. So yeah, I really hated that rake, and I got rid of it pretty quickly. And I used a New Holland 216 for a while. That a guy stole some of my round bales, and that's a story for another day. But he come and got a bunch of round bales that I did not know he was getting, and my grandpa seen him getting them, and he called me, and my grandpa called me and told me he was getting them. This guy that was getting them never called me, and he got about 50 round bales out of my barn while I wasn't there without asking me permission, and he never paid me for them. We went and confronted him about it. He said he was going to pay me, but he never did. So what I ended up doing was, he had a New Holland 216 hay rake, and I went and got it. I kept it for 4 years. He had another one that was a Vermeer rake, a Vermeer twin basket rake, just like the 216 basically, but steep hill right here. He was still using it, but I did tell him I was going to get the hay rake. I didn't just go steal it like he did my hay. I said, let me try this hay rake out. I'm thinking about buying one. And I took it home and I kept it for 4 years. At least 4 years. It might have been 5 years. Well, eventually he came back and he wanted his hay rake back. And that was the same year that I went and bought this hay rake. I liked the 216 New Holland hay rake in ways, but I didn't like it in other ways. I did not like that it was hydraulic driven. I think it overheated the hydraulics on my TN95 and was causing pump failure on it. Because the pump just kept getting slower and slower the more I run that rake. And but anyway, I really wanted one of these rakes for a long time, and I finally got it. It is expensive. This rake costs $21,500, which actually isn't that bad for what it is. Because if you look at Chrome, you're looking at like $33,000, $35,000. Because I did price them. This rake was pretty reasonable compared to a Chrome, and so I bought it. And I have not been disappointed with this rake. So anyway, I went rambling on, and I hope y'all enjoy this video, and we'll see you when we start baling.